You are watching episode 37 of the Knits and Beads podcast. I'm your host, Lorelei Erdo. I'm coming at you from upstate New York, from my home on a very, very snowy winter day. It's finally winter today. Yesterday was spring. Today it's winter. Gotta love New York State. I'm a jewelry designer in my as my full-time job, and I do a lot of knitting in my free time, and this is my knitting podcast. Like I said before, it's episode 37, and the exciting thing for today is that it's my, well, it's a little bit late, but it is my 1-year Podiversary. So, yay! Knits and Beads is a year old. Happy birthday, Knits and Beads! So, there are some things I want to do to celebrate that. So, my first episode was way back in February, on the 2nd of February in 2016. I was in the same room, just like 3 feet over that way. And looking back on it this morning, I was laughing because it's terrible. And terrible because the picture is terrible. It's really dark that day. Today's a little bit brighter, thank God. But, yeah, come a long way, I think. Maybe some of you gave up a long time ago and aren't even around anymore, but I think I've come a long way. So, to celebrate, I'm going to do a little giveaway. So head on over to the Ravelry group for the podcast, which is Knits and Beads Podcast Group. And I have created a thread there called Podiversary Giveaway. And I asked a 2-part question, and the first part is, what technique or pattern or project have you been wanting to try, like first time, and why haven't you tried it yet? And the second part of that question is, what weight of yarn is your favorite? So go ahead and leave a answer in the thread, and I'm going to be picking 2 winners randomly on my next episode, which will be episode number 38. The first prize will be a pattern of your choice, up to $7, and the second prize will be a skein of yarn, my choosing. So that's where the second part of the question comes in, on what type of yarn is your favorite, or what weight of yarn is your favorite. So then at least I know I'm going to be sending you the weight that you like if you win, or if you're one of the winners. So head on over to the Knits and Beads podcast group on Ravelry, enter for the giveaway, and I will announce the winners next week. Sorry about that little choppiness there. Phone rang. So, okay, let's get into the knitting. So, I've been knitting a lot. Yeah, been knitting a lot. I have 2 finished objects to show you. I've got 2 works in progress to show you. I'm going to talk a little bit about an upcoming project that I hope to cast on very soon. And that project, there's new yarn, so there's new acquisitions, and that's it. It's going to be a pretty short episode, hopefully. So my first finished object, and of course I didn't write any notes, so this is going to be one of those episodes I'll have to edit a lot with the titles of things. I do know the title of this though. I decided to participate in Amy Edwards Green. She's Amy Florence on Instagram. She is the host of the Stranded Dye Works, the Stranded podcast. Sorry, words are hard today. Stranded podcast. She's the dyer behind Stranded Dye Works. She is hosting a cowl cal. And gotta love cowls, so I found a cowl and cast it on, and it really only took me maybe 3 days to knit this. This is the... Oh, it looks pretty on camera. This is the New Horizons Infinity Scarf by Jen Sheelan. Check out Jen Sheelan's Ravelry page for all of her awesome patterns. She is a designing wizard, and she also has the Jen Sheelan podcast. Definitely check that out. So this is actually an infinity scarf, a longer scarf that you wrap a couple of times. I modified the pattern to be a cowl, so I had to try to figure out how many stitches to cast on, and I think I cast on 133 stitches to make the math right. And the yarn I used is, guys, stop. Sorry, the cats. The yarn I used is Barocco. I'll put it on the screen here for you. And it's a cotton viscose linen wool nylon blend. It's got like everything in it, but it only has 5% wool in it. So it is a little bit scratchy. A little bit. When I wore it, I was a little bit itchy. I don't know why. I don't know what part of the makeup of the yarn is making me itch, because it's only 5% wool, but the pattern is so pretty. The ribbing is really different, and it's got this beautiful textured pattern. Sorry. However, I'm not happy with the yarn because it's just so drapey. I mean, like, it's really drapey. And I know I'm not showing you correctly how, but if this was a shawl, it would be lovely. In fact, I would definitely like to knit a shawl with this, because as soon as I washed this, it stretched like major. And I tried to like shape it and like make it a little bit longer, and I didn't pin it, but I did try to shape it. And as soon as I wore it the first time, and here I'll throw it on so you can see. It stretched out even more. So it's not for warmth, it's more for a decorative look. I mean, it looks nice, but it's just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. It fits weird. Pattern, A+. Yarn, C-. So that was one finished object, and I did enter this in the cal. So I may try to do another one because it goes till the end of the month. Sorry, I'm looking like a hot mess today. I know you love that. Gotta love that. It's alright, it's kind of a snow day, so I actually literally sat on the couch for through 3 podcasts, and I'll talk about those later, but I sat through 3 podcasts, and I have hopes of going to the gym later. It was really snowy this morning, and I just didn't feel like dealing with the snow. I have gone to the gym 3 times this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is pretty good. I'm trying to get back on track. The cats are awake and ready to rumble. Okay, so finish object number 1. Finish object number 2, I showed you last week. It's already finished. This is the Kusugai shawl, and it's Knox Mountain Knit Company, I believe. If not, I will put that on the screen, the designer. It's a 4-color shawl that is so beautiful. It's got lots of textured stitches. I used the red, the cream, and the green are Amano Yarns Puna, which is their alpaca. And the darker stripe is Plucky Knitter Traveler DK in the antiqued colorway. This is an extremely long, it's my wingspan, crescent shaped shawl, and flew off the needles. Flew. This is a DK weight pattern, and the yarn I did use was DK weight. And it's got a nice halo, but it's not, doesn't bother me. You can see it. It's pretty. It's really pretty. I just don't know what I would wear it with. So I don't know. But I really loved knitting this pattern. It's gorgeous. And I recommend it to everyone. So there's that. Finished objects. Yay. I'm sneezy all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about. I think it must be the alpaca. Gonna be lots of editing in this episode. I didn't even mention what I'm wearing. This is designed by Boyland Knitworks, and it's the Camp Wilkerson. It doesn't really like to stay wrapped very well for some reason. I need a pin, I think. Definitely need a pin. I need a pin. I need help. I need help. Okay, so those are my 2 finished objects. I'm going to move right into works in progress. So, not too much more progress made on my Excuse Me shawl by Stephen West. I'm on the last color, and I did order yarn from the Woolen Boon. It's a Woolen Boon, not the Woolen Boon. I don't know why I want to call it that. And I ordered a teal speckled yarn, but it was made to order, and I haven't gotten any shipping notification yet, and I just can't wait. I just need to get this done. So I decided just to keep with my original color plan, and after the yellow, which I just finished, I am doing Woolen Boon, I Love Lisa Frank to the end. And I only have like 8 more rows to go. But there it is. It's probably going to be finished by my next podcast episode. So that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to having this. I think it's going to be one of those really nice keep on the couch shawls where I can wrap up in it if I'm chilly, and that'll be perfect because it's really squishy, soft, and I feel like it's gonna be really big. It's hard to tell right now because it's all squunched up on my 40-inch needle, but I'm knitting this on my Haya Sharps size 4mm US 6s. And it's on a 40-inch cable, I believe. So I need to free up that cable for sure. So I need to get this done. Plus, I'm just tired of knitting it. It's enormous. It's like insane. It's an investment. And you know, I noticed that with Stephen West. Like when you sit down and say, I'm gonna do this Stephen West shawl, you have to know it's gonna be an investment. You're gonna be working on it for weeks. Definitely. Most definitely. Unless you're like completely monogamous and not knitting on anything else, which I don't know how anybody could do that because this much brioche, I mean, the whole thing is brioche. Can't. I need something else that's gonna be easier when I'm not feeling like I can handle brioche, which this is easy now, but sometimes well, it's easy. I'm not even looking at the pattern. I'm just counting. So it's easy, but you know what I'm saying, right? So yes, I do want to do other patterns from his book, the West Knits Best Knits book. There's quite a few shawls in there that I would love to have, but I just have to really keep that in mind when I make a decision to knit one. Like, am I willing to work on this for a long period of time? And if you know anything about me, I kind of get bored after a while. So maybe I have ADHD or something. I don't know. Anyway, I decided to cast out a new shawl because I'm going to knit all of the shawls. All of them. I'm keeping this in my little skate in the big wool bag that I showed you last week or the week before. I don't know. Just love it. It's like the perfect size for a shawl. I saw on Instagram that the lovely Melody of Bee Mandarines has a new shawl pattern out called the Homestead shawl. And she knit it in a gorgeous, kind of really neutral, pale, ivory gray color. I printed the pattern in black and white, but you've probably seen the pictures around on Instagram or on Ravelry because it's super popular. Her sample she knit in the Dovestone Aran weight yarn, and as I mentioned before, I'm on a self-imposed yarn diet of sorts because obviously there's been yarn acquired and purchased. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But since I'm trying to knit the stash, I shopped the stash and found 4 skeins of old wool that I bought a long time ago for a wrap and didn't end up knitting it yet. And it's kind of an ombre effect, which I think will be really cool for this shawl. So I'm knitting this in a worsted weight. It's the old wool local. And these are the colors. So this is the first color I've been knitting with. And it's called Purple Loose Strife. This is a 50% certified organic merino, 50% alpaca from farms in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. It's 240 yards a skein. And I am knitting it on size 7s. My Chowgu fixed circular needles, Chowgu red lace, size 7. That's the first color. I'm going to blend this color into this color, and that color into this color, and then I knew that was going to happen. And then that color into this color. Now, I think that's going to be so gorgeous. How much do you love purple? My God, I love it. I love purple. I don't have enough purple in my life. And these are just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. This is really rustic-y yarn. And actually, these lighter colors don't smell as strong to me as this one does. It smells like a barn. It smells just like a barn. I've been kind of coating my hands in some lavender balm just to kind of mask the smell, because after a while it gets to me. I don't know. Anyway, here's what I have so far. This is a super simple knit. I love it so far. It's really gorgeous. It's got eyelets. It's got Estonian braid, which I had never done before, and how exciting is that? So here are the eyelets, and then you can see the braid there. Really pretty, super easy. She includes in the pattern a nice tutorial, a video tutorial on how to do that. It was really easy. I think right now I'm going to switch to the next color. I didn't know what I was going to do because I really don't know, like once it gets wider and wider and wider, because it's kind of knit like that, like it's kind of knit across like that. I just don't know, or maybe like this. This is how it's going to be. I just don't know. I really only have 5 more of those stripes to go. All right, I know the Dovestone is an Aran weight and I'm using a worsted. So we'll just see what happens. I could probably just knit through the whole skein. I probably maybe should do that, I don't know. And then get to the next skein. But I just feel like I want to get through all 4 colors. But I did order 1 more skein just in case I needed 1 more color. And it's the Wild Geranium color, which is just the next progression of purples in the line of yarn. So it is considerably lighter than the lightest one. It's actually more of a lavender kind of browny purple color. So I don't know how that will look, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I am enjoying knitting in it. I just feel like I'm just going to continue. I'm following the pattern right now, but I almost feel like I should have done maybe another repeat before I got, like the next section is a 3 braid section. I kind of feel like I should have done another repeat just so that that 3 braids section ends up in the middle of the shawl. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not very good at math, so I'm just kind of winging it as I go. But it's going to be fine, I think. I'm just going to continue doing more repeats to get through all of the yarn and to make the shawl be my wingspan, because that's really what I want in a shawl. I want it to be big because I'm big. So that's my second work in progress. It's going well. It's going really well, I think. So the next thing on my needles is going to be the Ariat shawl. And I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'll put it on the screen here. It's a shawl pattern by Knit Graffiti, Leslie Ann Robinson, I believe her name is. And I have the pattern here. Let me see if I printed a picture of it. It's not really the best picture. It's a brioche shawl. It's 3 colors. And it's knit from the skinny end. You can see there. And then gets wider, so it's kind of shaped like this. And the good thing about that is when you're doing brioche and you're working across short rows, that goes a lot quicker than, say, the Excuse Me shawl, which is like 400 stitches of brioche. That's a lot. So that's why I chose that. Now, I kind of, in my head, picked colors, but they recommend a single ply yarn, and that's not something I have a lot of in my stash. So I contacted Jess of Haven Fiber Arts and told her the colors that I had in mind, and she dyed them for me and sent them to me as a barter for some earrings. So I made her 5 pairs of earrings, and I also made her a little zipper pouch and I sent that off. Hopefully she gets that very soon because I already got her yarn, and I'm going to show it to you. So I'm going to do the accent colors, which in the photo, the accent colors are this burgundy. I'm going to do this color. Yes, I like teal, as you can see. That'll be my accent colors. And then the brioche striping sections are going to be these two colors. Love them. These are all available in her online store, by the way. havenfiberarts.etsy.com, I believe. If it's not Etsy, try havenfiberarts.com. But this is Spring Thaw. These are all her single sock, 100% superwash merino, 475 yards. Spring Thaw, Grove, and Snowy Owl. And I think it's going to be really awesome, and I can't wait. But I feel like I need to get one of those shawls off the needles first before I start a new shawl. But I'm really looking forward to it. It just looks like a really great, fun pattern, and I really do enjoy a brioche. I really do enjoy brioche. But I don't like brioche in long rows, so we'll see. The other thing I am really, really itching to knit is another sweater. And I mentioned it before, I already have it picked out. It's the Lulu pullover. It's a turtleneck pullover with an all-over texture and a high-low hemline. And it's by Carrie. I will put it on the screen because I forgot. But that sample was knit in Ultra Alpaca, and I think it's Barocco, so I know it's not not a really expensive yarn. I may just have to splurge and buy some because I really want another sweater, and you know, we're in the middle of winter now, so I still have time to like finish a sweater and be able to wear it before the spring hits. So spring here doesn't really hit until May. So the only other thing that I bought, I did buy another skein of yarn. I have an addiction with that show that was on Netflix, Stranger Things, and I had to buy a skein of Stranger Things inspired yarn. So I will talk more about that when it comes, but it's amazing, and it's based on 11, and I love her. So did you know she has an English accent? I didn't realize that until I watched a couple of her videos on her Facebook page. I gotta break up the cats, hold on. Okay, I said to myself, oh, let's get 2 cats. It'll be so great. They'll get along. Brothers, they'll be so lovey, and they'll have company while I'm not home. They want my attention, and so they just got into it heavy. I had to break them up. Like their fur went everywhere, and they were like this on the floor after each other. I just pulled a nail casing off of Cassius's back that was like embedded in his skin. Great, fabulous, this is fun. I had 2 cats, a blast. I just had to separate them, and in about 2 seconds this one that's locked into the foyer is gonna start crying. Thanks for that. Thumbs up. Good times here at Erdo, Chateau Erdo. So okay, anyway, what was I saying? I'll talk more about that yarn when it comes. My Stranger Things yarn. Another thing I bought yesterday was the ebook version of the book Maine Knits by Beatrice, and I'll put her whole name here. She's Thread and Ladle on Instagram, and she's from Maine, and she put out a gorgeous self-published pattern book, and there is a gorgeous Bristol Ivy shawl pattern in there that I want to knit so bad. And I already have the yarn for it in my stash from On the Round, who is also a Maine independent dyer, so that's exciting. It's a gorgeous book. Check it out. The ebook was only $18. If you want the print version, it's $24. Yeah, so that's another future goodie that I will be knitting. I don't really have anything sewing wise to show you. I am going to do possibly a little sewing later today of some project bags, so that's exciting. Check out my Instagram. If you don't follow me yet, it's Lorelei Urto, Lorelei Eurto. I show pictures of pretty much everything I make on my Instagram page. So, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Podcasts. So this morning I watched Nancy of the Round Rabbit podcast. She has a brand new episode up. It's episode 19 already. How did that happen? She's 19 episodes in already. That's crazy. Great episode. I really enjoy her podcast a lot. She talks about very interesting things. She's working on a really cool striped sweater. She does punch needle embroidery, which is really fun to watch and get inspired by. And she's just really fun to talk to and hang out with. And she's fun to watch too, so I recommend it. After that, I watched a new podcast that I hadn't ever seen before called Wool Jewel. Definitely check out her podcast. I've only watched the first episode so far. I think she's got 3 out. Very enjoyable. She is a sweater knitter, which that's what I want to watch right now, is people knitting sweaters, because I'm all about it. I gotta knit me another sweater. I have to. She's really easygoing and fun to watch. She is a Texan living in Germany with her husband. So definitely check out Wool Jewel. She's also Wool Jewel on Instagram. Then I had to watch Amy's new episode, Stranded, which I talked to you about earlier. She's got a brand new episode out. Definitely have to check that out because she's always enjoyable. And then I have one more podcast to recommend, brand new to me, called Fiber Trek. Sarah is an amazing podcaster, knitter, crafter. She knows her stuff about wool, about fleece. Her husband knits. That's amazing. He's knitting himself a sweater. I just think it's amazing. When I watch that, I get warm, fuzzy feelings. I almost can smell the wood stove that's in the background. Like, they live in Maine. I need to live in Maine. I keep telling my husband, I'm like, we need to move to Maine. He's like, it's cold there. I'm like, I know, but it's the knitting mecca. I keep telling him. I'm like, at least can we go visit when it gets a little warmer? We're going to definitely take a road trip and go to Maine. All right, I should sign off because I gotta calm these jerks down. And sorry about all of the interruptions, and sorry about this appearance, but you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. It's snowy. I didn't take a shower because I'm trying to take care of myself and go to the gym, and why shower now if I can go to the gym later, right? It all makes sense. And I am actually really put together, which match my shawl, which match my earrings. So like, I'm put together. I'm just kind of, and I did put blush on so that at least I don't look dead. So there's that. See, I'm just looking out for you. Oh, and I had to laugh, and you can't even see my candle. So when I was watching Amy's episode today, she was like, I'm a legit podcaster because legit podcasters have candles and flowers. And she had like a vase of sunflowers that her boyfriend gave her. I don't have flowers, but I do have this awesome pig. So, candles. If you don't got candles, you're not a podcaster. So there. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I never burn candle, but it smells really good actually. All right, signing off, 35 minutes. That's just trying to fill in the space. Get right to 36 minutes because that's my time. Anyway, bye. Love you guys. Thanks for coming over. Don't forget to enter the giveaway because yay for giveaways. Bye. See ya.